Okay. Now, I think there's going to be some fuzz behind my voice on my microphone whenever I'm talking, but that would be from my fan. It's kind of hot in here, so, you know. Uh, yeah, no reason to just delay. Might as well get started. You know what? I gotta turn the volume down. It get way too loud for me. Here we go. Start a new game, why not?
Don't forget, some things mustn't be forgotten. The shadow hunting me. I must hurry. My name is Daniel. I live in London at Mayfair. What have I done? This is crazy. Don't forget.
I think there's some glitches that you can do at the very start here. Grab a tinderbox. Here we go. Beautiful.
I am Daniel.
Wake up, 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 wake up. Now I actually replayed through Amnesia not too long ago for the first time in like, God, who knows how long, 5 years maybe? Probably something like that, 5 years maybe. It's aged pretty well. I mean, at least I think it has. Now, there are a lot of hidden tinderboxes at the very start here. I'm going to see if I can find some stuff. I think there's one in the rubble over here. Of course, I've been known to be wrong before, so don't take what I say to heart. I really liked Amnesia when it first came out because... Okay, well, when it first came out, I was watching PewDiePie like everyone else, but even other than that, it's got a lot of good detail to it, a lot of heart put into it. And I really love the engine that's running on, too. This is a, I think it was an engine made specifically for the game, so it's not something like Unity or anything. Let's see. I know there are more tinderboxes than the ones I've picked up so far. Come on. Fictional games like to hide stuff in ridiculous places. Oh, gotta get out of the dark. I love the game mechanics to Amnesia as well. The way how you're afraid of the dark and you start getting like weird hallucinations if you're in the dark for too long. Yeah, I believe something will happen if I touch this door. Yep. But yeah, Amnesia. People don't play this too often anymore, do they? Gotta get back and play some of the classics. Let's see, I think there's probably some more tinderboxes in here. Usually they're like hiding in the corners of stuff. Like behind the chairs and things. You know, there's originally going to be a gameplay mechanic where stuff would be hidden inside of boxes and things. You'd have to break boxes to find them, but that mechanic was ultimately scrapped. See, I know cut content about everything. Well, it helps that fictional games included a whole bunch of development stuff in the game. Or not in the game per se, but there's a zip file that you can unlock after beating all three missions, or all three endings. Or if you were like me, you could just Google what the password to the zip file was. And yeah, they do that with all their games, and they always include a whole bunch of stuff about the game's development in it. I think when I was like 11, I uploaded a couple of those videos to YouTube. They're probably still around somewhere. Also, here's another nice featurette that you can see if you look closely at the walls and stuff. These look like they're protruding, the rocks. They're not actually protruding. It's something called parallax mapping, which is almost like a more advanced version of normal maps. Oh. Passing out. Hello. Wake up. Wake up. There we go. So if you look at these walls, you'll notice that the rocks almost look like they're partially protruding, which is something called parallax mapping, and that is basically it projects it takes a 2D texture and projects it as if it were 3D by using a height map. Now there are a couple of other ways of doing this. There's something called displacement mapping, which actually displaces the texture, whereas parallax mapping kind of just displays it as if it were 3D. If I get up close, you'll notice that there's going to be a little bit of warping going on. Slight headache. Sandy potions are cut from the game, but you can use them in custom stories, I believe. Is this one of those rooms where I go insane? I can't remember. Ah, here we go, tinderbox. Apparently there's an achievement that you'll get if you find all the tinderboxes in the game, and I have a good feeling that I won't be able to do that. Okay, I do know that I go insane if I go into that room, but I also know that there could maybe be tinderboxes in here, so I'm gonna go in anyway. But first... Here we go, because I think the door closes on me. Nope, the lights just go out. Now I do want to make something clear, I am not good with horror games. I'm absolutely terrible with them. Like, if I freak out, I'm not like one of those fake horror game streamers that screams and stuff when they freak out. Like, I get actually scared and will just have difficulty playing. Like, I'll get anxious and stuff. Anxiety is no one's friend. Well, okay, well technically anxiety is a response that kept humans alive in lots of situations where non-anxious humans would get killed, but, you know, we're not talking on a basis of evolution, we're talking about a man playing a video game. Okay, I think this room will make me go crazy. Yeah, because there's gonna be, cockroaches. I think. Yep. There they are. I think if I'm crazy enough, someone will start crawling on my face or something like that. Nope. Okay, this room is interesting because when I was talking earlier about that, that thing that they had, the whole cut content slash development, zip file that's included in the game, they use this room as a reference, or they use this room for one of the videos, and one of the old cut features of the game was, if I were to have thrown that, it would actually break and there would be stuff inside of it. Apparently at some point there was, something with money, because in the video the guy drops a, or gets a stack of coins after breaking one of them. But, yeah. I think this is... I think I have all the tinder boxes. Oh, man, this game is just beautiful. Look at that. Look at that right there. Volumetric lighting. I know it's not actual volumetric lighting, it's actually just part of the, don't do that. This is part of the, model here. But it gives the same nice effect. And the dust motes are nice too. I can't remember if it was here or on a different upcoming part of the game where I can actually climb up and find an Easter egg. There's an Easter egg on one of these levels where if you build a like a thing that you can climb up and go up inside of one of these holes, there's a sign that has the word hello written in Is it Finnish? It might be Finnish. Might be Swedish. I don't know. It's something Nordic, I believe. I can't remember what country Frictional Games is from. All I know is that they're very good at making horror games. And it's a funny story. The first time I ever played through Amnesia, I kind of cheated a lot because I was too scared to actually play the game properly. And it's a nice thing, the game saves are just text files basically. Oh, how crazy am I? Head is pounding and hands are shaking. Yeah, I'm not very sane right now. But yeah, it's very easy to hack, quote unquote, hack the game. You can cheat a whole lot of stuff. Oh, look at that lighting. Ooh, that's nice. I guess it's just coming from me being someone who really only dabbles with the Source engine, which is terrible with lighting because it's all baked in. Ooh, that looks pretty. Okay, I'm just gonna skip this. Click, click, click. 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 Are there any more tinder boxes in here? I love all the little things that you notice in the game. Like how that can move, and when you throw the inkwell, little quill will fall out too. So many little things worth noting. Now, I mean, the fear factor of the game, they do fear really well. Frictional Games and like all of their games that they make.
Is it inside the castle?
I'll just let this go.
Come, bring the lamp. You've been to the refinery, have you not?
I don't believe I have. Is it connected to the... what did you call it?
The inner sanctum. My most precious chamber, Daniel. And it lies well beyond the refinery. In fact, it lies beneath the very stone of Brennenburg.
Okay, that just there was a good example of what I was talking about earlier about how they like to hide things all over the game. There was a little oil hidden just in this random corner. That's something you would never notice unless you were actively looking for stuff. And I think there might also be some stuff on top of these bookshelves, although I'm not sure, so I'm gonna go ahead and climb my way up anyway. If I can, that is. I don't know what physics engine they use. Probably Havoc. Ah, shit. Okay, well, I guess we're not going to do that. If I press on that door, by the way, the shadow will appear, and I'll lose some sanity, so I'm not going to do that. Hey, 11 tinder boxes. That's pretty good. I think, I watched a speed run of Amnesia not too long ago. Apparently the engine, it's very finicky about physics, and you can kind of just climb up walls and stuff if you know where to go. But I don't know how to do that kind of stuff, so... here we go. See, this is what I'm talking about. Tinderboxes hidden just in corners that you should never even look at unless you're actively looking for them. What is this room? The archives? Yeah, let's go to the archives. Why not? If you listen and you know what you're listening for, you can actually hear sound effects of the Amnesia grunts throughout the archives, which is because this level is kind of an introduction to the grunts, kind of. Like, they don't actually appear except for, like, you can catch a glimpse of a single grunt if you are fast enough. Apparently, you'll see him walking down the hallway, but you can't actually interact with him, and the player's never actually in any danger. Which, let me just say... Oh, that might be it. Nope. Now, I think if I go into this hallway after doing a specific thing, there will be a grunt that I can see, like, walking down over here, but, I can't remember for sure. Okay, this spot right here, I think might be the spot I was talking about earlier, where they've got, like, an Easter egg up there. Although I could also be very wrong. Oh, yep, I hear a grunt. Nope, just a sound effect. I'm not gonna go that way because the spot behind me will be sealed off, and I wanna see if I can get up to that, hole first. And what better way to climb your way up to a hole than grabbing a fuck ton of chairs and boxes and hoping for the best. You see, this is how they did it in the 1800s. Need more boxes. More chairs. And of course, despite the fact that I have 14 tinder boxes, I'm not actually going to use any of them because, you know, what if I need them later? Which is what I'm going to be telling myself for the entirety of the playthrough. Oh, where? Where? I heard him. Where? I can smell him. I know he's here. Ah, whatever. Is it getting a little bit laggy? Might be getting a little bit laggy. Oh, now look at this. This is nice. It's funny, you never actually go outside in the game except for one moment where you're out on a ledge, but, they have stuff for, like, sky and things. Fully programmed sky and fog and all that stuff. Fully available for anyone who wants to mod an outside, pardon me, an outside, level. That brings me to another thing. Amnesia mods, they're fantastic. Ever played, there's one called The Small Horse. It was a good comedy mod from way back in the day. Too bad it never got finished. Okay, I think this is the right level that I was thinking of. Because I think if I have enough props and can climb up there, there will be a little Easter egg hidden for me. Oh, look at that detail. That's detail you don't find in everyday games. I mean, I guess I'm not a proper critique of video games, but I'm a consumer, so I'm entitled to be able to be a critic. And in terms of that, I'd say Amnesia is a pretty good game. I think it's probably a bit better than Soma. Like, Soma was the more recent game. It's a lot prettier and has a lot more different enemies and some more gameplay and stuff, but, well, I wouldn't say more gameplay, actually. I think, in terms of gameplay, Amnesia takes the cake for that one. Because, Soma, you have more versatile enemies, but in Amnesia, it's more of a survival horror in itself. Because Amnesia, you have to worry about how much oil you have, how many tinderboxes you have. You have to worry about your health and your sanity. Whereas in Soma, you don't have to worry about all that stuff. And there are different arguments to be made for Penumbra, too, because apparently in Penumbra there's a lot of different things to pay attention to as well. You have different options. I think in Penumbra, though, you have the ability to fight back against certain enemies. Which, I don't know, that kind of removes a little bit of the intense stress that you're supposed to feel from a game like this. I don't know, I'll call that bias, but I think Amnesia is a little bit better with that kind of stuff than Soma or Penumbra are. Just the fact that I have to worry about how much oil I have and my sanity and stuff makes me a little bit more anxious than... What? Oh, a book fell. Terrifying. I'm shaking in my boots. I can hear piano playing, which is more like world building. Because there are heavy implications at the early part of the game that you're not alone. Even though you clearly are alone, which just makes things all the more terrifying. Because you'll hear maybe there's a piano playing in the other room, and you can hear, you know, the grunts and moaning coming from the servant grunts. And obviously there's some voices and stuff that you can hear at sometimes, like the woman screaming that you heard earlier. It's fantastic game design, I think. Another fun thing that you can do is, if you have a lot of props and enough time, you can actually break some NPCs. Like if I were to load up Justine Edition, which was the DLC, I could actually break the first monster, a suitor, by just stockpiling every prop in the room all on his door and then triggering him to spawn. Amnesia Justine Edition is probably a lot more terrifying than Amnesia The Dark Descent, just because of the fact that you can't save. I actually beat it for the first time pretty recently, and I mean, I was very, very impressed at myself. I gave myself a little pat on the back for completing it, just because I hadn't been able to do so previously, thanks to the scariness that it had. It was right on properly spooky. Anyway, are these all the props and stuff I can get? Without going down that hallway? I mean, eventually I'm gonna go down that hallway anyway, but, I wanna make sure I've stockpiled before then. I mean, I could get, like, books and stuff, but books don't have collisions, as you see. Not all that useful. Oh, you know what? I haven't even checked over here. Silly me. Oh, my back is killing me right now. Not 100% at all. It's a funny thing, my back isn't even the part of me that got operated on. It's just I haven't been able to move all that much in the past few days, and I've gotten rather stiff because of it. You know, doing live streams like this takes me back a little bit to back in the days when I used to do Let's Plays as a little kid. I swear, it was no less than 6 years ago when I was an 11-year-old playing Minecraft and doing Minecraft Let's Plays. It's almost as if it's been 6 years since then. Ugh, man. I should not dwell on that kind of stuff. The whole idea of not being a little kid anymore is kind of weird to think about, especially when I'm playing these old games that I've had for a very long time. Life is stressful, man. I think there's another tinderbox here somewhere. Now, if I go around that corner, I believe this is going to get walled off with more rocks. So, let me get those chairs out into the foyer before that happens. The hall? Foyer? What would you call this room? I don't know what this room would be called. Beautiful. What if there's blood leaking from the ceiling anyway? Like what? Did you get stuck in the ceiling? How's that happen? I guess the implication is that there's probably another floor above here, and whoever was in the floor above got crushed by all these rocks, but that's obviously not the case. And you see, this room is worth the size of 2 stories. And you can see up here there's nothing but rubble and rocks. So it really doesn't make sense how someone could have died and gotten stuck up there. I digress. Sometimes stuff like that doesn't really matter. And this is one of those cases. There we go. I think this is the last of the props that I can move around. At least before I go into these last few rooms. Alright. Now we're cooking by the book. Oh, maybe I was wrong. Maybe I'm an idiot. Maybe I've got some more tinderboxes. Wait, didn't I already move this chair? Get over there, you goofball. Okay, I guess going either down this hallway or into that room will, make this area fall down and collapse. Therefore, instead of doing that, I'm gonna look around and see if there are any up. Okay.
Much of the castle is old and hasn't been tended to for centuries. When the shadow arrives, it won't take long until things start falling apart.
We're just buying time anyway. Let's do what we can.
There isn't much to be done about the walls. We should reinforce weak structures. The ground will tremble and there's a risk everything will cave in on us, especially downstairs. Here, and there. Let's get the servants working on it.
Mm-hmm. Lovely. Anyway, as soon as I go into here, I believe the spot over there will collapse. Yep. Mm-hmm. Now, I could read that, or instead, I could ignore that. I could grab a piece of rubble. I can throw it over there, and I can just skip that entire sequence.
You have to be swift when you activate the first one. You hear that? If it stops, you'll have to start over.
Isn't all this a bit excessive?
You can never be too careful, Daniel.
There we go. Lovely. And yeah, I've never actually done this before, so I'm not even sure if this is the right place to be stacking all of these props, but I think it is. So, I'm gonna do it anyway. Okay, now I'm in here, now what? Oh, cool. Yep. Little spooky thing there. Not actually in any danger. Not gonna read that. I don't want to take my time reading all of the things. Just because, you know, I'm lazy. And can't be bothered with that. Yep, there he is. Yeah, that guy wouldn't actually be able to hurt me. He'd just, like, fade if I were to have been able to get close enough to him just then. It'd be really nice if sanity potions were in the game. Because, yeah, that. Alright, I've got almost every prop in this area all piled up there. Once I get the rest of them there, I can start stacking properly. I think I'll probably end the stream after that. I was never actually going to be, like, properly playing the game, I don't think. Also, this is my first voiced stream in a while. I've been doing a voiceless stream for the past few days, ever since I did that Hat in Time Alpha stream. Okie doke, we have almost everything. And I think this is the last thing. This box right here. Okay. So, how am I gonna go about this? First, I'm gonna move all the chairs away from the crates. I'm gonna start with the crates instead of the chairs, because, well, chairs are not very good for stacking. I'd much rather use crates. Move all those puppies over there. Goodness me, how long have I been doing this? There's a lot of chairs I have here. Alright. I might just be able to get up with the crates. Maybe a couple of chairs to the side so I can climb up properly. Oh dear. Whoa, that actually worked. I didn't even mean to do that. Alright, cool. Cool beans. Is that a thing that people say at all? Cool beans? Looks like the crates might actually be enough. Maybe like one chair at the very top. Of course, the question is, how am I going to climb this whole thing once I finish constructing it? This masterpiece of mine right here. Let me tell you, I don't actually know. No, I'm just going to fall short of it. Guess I'm going to need some chairs. Like I said, and as it should be obvious, chairs aren't very good for stacking or climbing or anything like that. But the way props and climbing props works in this is a lot different than that of the Source engine. It's a lot more refined. And with that, it's a lot easier to climb things. Oh dear. Except when that happens. That is unfortunate. Hear me. What I mean when I say it's a lot easier, I mean that things don't really I hate myself. Tell you what, how about we save and exit? And I'll actually load up Amnesia Justine Edition instead of Amnesia Regular Edition, because Justine has some other stuff that I'd like to try out. Let's make sure that this is working in OBS. It looks like it's working in OBS. Good. Good view to come. This will be a trial of character. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Now, there's just something in particular I want to try out doing this. I want to see if I can break the first suitor by using a whole bunch of props. I think I've been able to do this once before, maybe. This is just a cutscene that I have to wait through. You know, the interesting thing about Justine Edition is that you're given a lantern at the very start, but you're never actually given any oil unless you hack it in, or like use the modding tools to add them in. Into the sound of my disembodied voice. Blah 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 blah. Do not care. Thank you, Justine. Now, the nice thing about Justine Edition is that, unlike Daniel, Justine's not afraid of the dark, so you won't go crazy in the dark, I believe. Oh. Well, maybe I was completely incorrect and that was bullshit. I thought she didn't go crazy in the dark. Let's see. Anything I can pick up over here? Nope, nothing I can pick up. Oh man, this is just beautiful. Now, these guys are called suitors. And, oh, that's a skeleton in there. Wonder how that got there. Now, suitors are interesting because they're not, like, mutants created by either, what's his name, the antagonist of the game, or, the darkness, or the shadow, rather. The interesting thing about the suitors is that they're completely human. They're just really, really fucked up humans. That Justine fucked up really badly. Okay, so here's how this works. The first suitor, I think his name's Alois, or probably pronounced that wrong, he'll come out of here, but only after I go into the room all the way over there. So if I go in right now, he's obviously not here. Here we have one of his rackets. I guess he played tennis or something. I'm not even gonna bother reading that either. Anyway, I think if I put every single prop up to right here, up against the door, it can break alloys? And props are also, like, there's a big thing about using props and stuff for the starting parts, because one of the way... Okay, I'm just gonna let this hallucination pass. One of the ways of finishing this area is, instead of killing this guy over here, I don't know what his deal is, I think he's the detective, but the way of not killing him is by just climbing up to that spot right there, instead of using that lever, which would kill him, and drop a ladder down. That's why I picked up a ladder piece earlier, the broken ladder, because that will enable me to climb up there. But of course I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna put a whole bunch of props against this single door and hope for the best. I'm trying to remember when Amnesia came out. I think it came out in like 2011, although I could be very off. It actually came out like 2008 or something. I don't know. 2009. Did anything happen in 2009? Ah, Christ, that was 9 years ago, wasn't it? I don't want to dwell on that. That's weird to think about. It's almost 2020, isn't it? Well, not almost 2020. It's not even 2019 yet, but it's closer to 2020 than it is 2010 or 2015. Okay, that is very weird to think about. I'm gonna stop thinking about that. There was a Bible in here. Where'd it go? There you are. Underneath the bed frame. All these kids hiding porno mags underneath their beds. This dude's hiding the Bible underneath it. That's the joke. Thanks for coming. I think I have to pack them as tightly up against the door as I can, so... There's a bunch of things up there which I need to climb up to reach. Which you actually get rewarded for climbing up here, because there's a wax thing. It's whatever's used for the monophones or whatever they're called. I don't know, I wasn't born in the 1800s, I wouldn't be able to tell you. Nor am I a historian. Although I did pass exceedingly well on my AP US history test at a 4. I think that's exceptional. Wouldn't you agree? Maybe I'm not an idiot. I mean, I don't know. I know people who are taking up to 7 or more AP tests this year for their senior years, or maybe even their sophomore years. I mean, they're gonna be like doctors and stuff. I'm gonna make video games. I don't need to know all that stuff. I don't need to prove myself in a committee or whatever. I don't need to prove myself to some test checkers that I'm never gonna meet by doing well on tests that don't mean all that much. Well, actually, they mean quite a bit if I want to get into college. But point being, I'm not taking so many APs that I'm gonna hurt myself. Like, my brother only took 1 AP in his entire high school career, and he made it into his first college of choice. And I've already taken 4. I'm gonna take 4 more this year. So, you know, there's a good chance I'll get into the college of my choice. I mean, there's a chance that I won't, and then if that's the case, I'll probably take a year off and do something else. Like, I'll probably get a job at some nearby place. I'd have to live with my parents, though, because minimum wage isn't paying enough to survive off of anymore. Something that boomers don't like to accept most of the time. I wonder what the case with that is. Like, if you're like a boomer wouldn't your number one task and focus in life at this point in time, in 2018, be, okay, I'm not young anymore, my golden days are behind me, I should be focusing on ensuring the best life possible for the people that are going to precede me? Because, I mean, I don't know, but by the time I'm in my 50s and 60s, I think my focus is going to be more on ensuring that the generations following me will have a better life than I did. And, hell, I'm having a pretty good life as it is, so I hope to God they'll be able to do stuff that will help people in future generations. I don't know, it just seems like a lot of boomers and, I don't know, what's the... Are there anyone who are before boomers right now that are alive? Like, people in their 70s? Well, people in their 70s are obviously still alive. Well, there are obviously some, at least. But, point being, I think the older generation seem to be getting very bitter for some reason. And, I mean, I guess it's understandable. I would be a little bit bitter, too, if I knew that my best days were behind me. But, I don't know, I think the focus should be more on paying attention to what I can do to help the next generation. Why am I talking about this again? I'm playing a video game. Oh, right, something about college. Anyway, basically what I'm trying to do is put all the props I can up against this door, and then break the suitor that comes out of it. Uh-huh. Okay. This was a fun glitch back in the day because lots of people were documenting it. They're like, haha, look at this. Look at what you can do. And it's hard to make it work well. I know that works well in the regular game on some maps. But, obviously this is the DLC. I think it works well here too. Last time I tried it, it didn't work, but, you know, whatever. In the case that it doesn't work, it doesn't matter all too much anyway, because suitors are blind. If I stand still, he won't be able to see me. I don't know what I'm hearing right now. I don't know what those noises are. I don't want to know what those noises are, actually. How did I escape? How indeed? Oh, right, this is the angry guy. The suitors are basically based off of emotions. There are 3 of them. There's Alois, who's the sad one. There's, I can't remember their names. But there's the first one who's the sad one. The second one is the angry one. And I guess the third one is the happy one because he's crazy. Nice storytelling / design, if I'd say so myself. Nice game design, basically. I'm almost done with stacking all of these props. Just a couple more. Is there another chair in here? No. There is another chair right here, though. I'm not gonna help you, man. You're gonna die. Like there's no sugarcoating it, Chief. Not too late to set things right. I mean, it's not, but... Okay, this is where the crazy guy was. Oh, right, I can move his entire bed frame. Yeah, the crazy guy was a violinist. Unless it's a viola, I don't know. I'm not a string instruments guy, I'm a... Oh, bugger, I think I just messed this up. I think I just messed this up really bad. I may have just messed this up beyond repair. I might not be able to... Oh, nope, I can still push it out. Maybe. Maybe? Yeah, I'm not a string instruments guy. I play trombone. my section is full of assholes. I should be section leader, but you know who got the section leader? The person who doesn't actually like to play trombone. She got section leader just because she's got a good favor in the eyes of the band leader, because she was the person that would do all of the printing of the music and band. She got to become section leader, even though she doesn't like to play trombone, nor does she really play trombone very often when she's supposed to. Which, like, I've made active note of it, because a lot of the time she plays, like, you know, you get notes wrong. It's to be expected. But when we've had the song for 4 months and you're getting the whole notes at the start of the song in the wrong positions on your trombone, that's just unforgivable. I mean, come on. And she got section leader, and nobody takes her seriously. People always listen to me as section... Even she knows that I'm the actual section leader. Like, she's, you know, Sean, you're the functioning section leader. And, I mean, I try to do good for my section. I can't do good right now, or for the next 2 weeks, because I can't pick up my instrument. Because I'm injured from... Well, not injured, but I'm recovering from surgery. But, you know. Okay, I think all of the props that I can use are going to be used. So let me go in here. This will trigger alloys to spawn. Yep. Ah, fuck me. They just got knocked down. Can't believe this. I feel betrayed. Well, whatever. If I stand still right here, he can't actually hurt me. Can't believe the props knocked themselves down. But yeah, if I stand still here, he'll walk around, he'll break that door, and then we'll be donezo. Unless he gets too close to me, then he'll see me. Oh, he sees me. Fantastic. Well, I don't do well with horror games. Oop. Oh god, this music is terrifying. Oh dear. This is how you get my heart rate up for something simple. Well, it's a good thing you can't compute tables. You can't break this table either. I believe these guys are one-shot killers too, so if he hits me once, I'm dead. Yeah, you can see how fucked up these guys are. He's got a no-sleep choke collar, a whole bunch of chains all over him. His eyes have been completely removed. I think his penis is mutilated too. Oh, wait, I probably shouldn't be showing this on YouTube then, because he's got a penis. Actually, it doesn't matter. It's just a video game penis. It's not like I'm getting any ad revenue or anything. If I wanted to make an online career doing video games, I'd be playing on Twitch instead of YouTube. See, if I pass out, I'm fucked. Yeah, this wasn't supposed to happen. Yep. Make him do a little spin. Okay, whatever. Just kill me, dude. Kill me. Ah, I'm standing on him. Wait, what? Can you not hurt me while I'm standing on him? Yeet. Yeet. Ah, that's pretty good. I didn't even realize I could do this. Well, I guess he can't hurt me if I'm standing on top of him. Beautiful. I can pass out on top of him, have a quick nap. Alright, come on, just kill me, dude. Come on. Well, let's get this over with. I want to end this. I want to finish the stream up. I wonder if I can make him do a little spin. Nope, guess not. Alright, just kill me, man. Come on. There we go. That was fun. I think the game closes after that. Yep. Okay, I think that is cause for a good end to the stream. Thank you to anyone and everyone that was watching. I think we had at least one person watching, because it says one person watching. And that might just be me, but whatever. And yeah. Ciao.